Hello and welcome to WCBN Student Sports Radio's coverage of Michigan basketball. I'm Will Yang and I'm joined by Jeff Chan here tonight. And tonight we have an iconic Big Ten matchup as the Northwestern Wildcats come to Chrysler to visit the 24th ranked Ann Arbor, come to Ann Arbor to face the 24th ranked Michigan Wolverines. So Jeff, as we get started here, what are some keys to tonight's game for each team?
Yeah, so for Michigan, the keys for them are one, attack the basket. Northwestern is giving up over 50% on two-point shots against opponents, and so Michigan needs to take advantage of that with Mo Wagner in the paint or driving to the basket against them. Second key to the game is how much are they going to go with the matchups between backcourt matchup of Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman and Jordan Poole. Michigan's point guard situation, but outside of Xavier Simpson, is a little questionable, and we can see if Beeline might experiment more with this Poole backcourt combination to try and generate more offense. For Northwestern, the key for them will be to attack the boards. Northwestern's offense is not going to have enough firepower to stick with Michigan, so the key for them is to attack the boards and try and get second chance points. Also, do not let Michigan get offensive rebounds when they have improved in that area this season.
All right, that's it for the matchups. What are some keys? Wait, are you not able to hear me? Oh, let's keep going. So what are some keys that for Michigan's basketball team if they want to win this game?
Yeah, the keys so definitely the players to watch for if you are U of M is players to watch for if you're U of M is going to be Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman. Rahman had a career game last against Purdue, and he played tremendous. He scored like 25 points. He was unstoppable. And we can see if he can carry that over into this game against Northwestern. Michigan needs a go-to scorer. Matthew has kind of been off this game for the past few games, so if Mark can be the guy, that senior leader, to carry this team and be the go-to guy in crunch time, then he's a plus for Michigan. For Northwestern, the guy I look for is Derek Harden. He is a very athletic center. He's only 6'8", but he's a great shot blocker. He definitely anchors a defense that is amongst the best in the Big Ten in shot blocking. So he's definitely the guy you got to keep on the court. Can't get him out of foul trouble. So that is certainly the players to look for. And if you're looking for a matchup, really, a really intriguing matchup tonight, that's going to be Xavier Simpson versus Brian McIntosh. Brian McIntosh, the senior Northwestern guy, he's really kind of Northwestern's go-to person. He's been at Northwestern, he's been there for a while, and he's been there for a lot of their Northwestern resurgence. And so he's definitely...
Yeah, you mentioned Xavier Simpson, Michigan's point guard, will be the one going up against Brian McIntosh for the Wildcats. Can you describe what that matchup's going to look like tonight?
Yeah, certainly it's definitely a matchup of frankly athleticism. Again, going up against really cerebral, kind of high IQ. Brian McIntosh is a very gritty, he's very resourceful point guard, and he's going to be he definitely makes the right decisions on the court. Xavier Simpson has gone a lot better in terms of decision making. He's become a lot more aggressive attacking the rim, so Brian McIntosh is going to have his hands full trying to stay with Simpson in this matchup.
Yeah, and the players take the court. The starting lineup for the Northwestern Wildcats will be Brian McIntosh, Vic Law, Derek Pardon, Gavin Skelly, and Scotty Lindsey. Northwestern wearing its black alternate uniforms with the iconic lettering from the gates of Northwestern campus in Evanston.
Carried the names of legends, but here in this arena, we made our own tradition.
Shouldn't it be lighting up? Like, shouldn't this be lighting up when we talk?
This is the house that
Michigan wearing its maize uniforms. Xavier Simpson, Isaiah Livers, the true freshman, Charles Matthews, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, and Moritz Wagner check into the game wearing their maize uniforms with black leggings, black socks.
Still echo the sound of the
Yeah, Mo Wagner, Michigan needs Mo Wagner to be active again today. They need more consistency from him throughout this game. If they're going, they need to put pressure on Orange. Definitely Isaiah Livers too is going to have a chance for those guarding his ball or Gavin Skelly. Colin passes though. Hopefully to try and find his lead in today's game.
The players are set to take the court. Derek Pardon will take the tip for Mo Wagner. Derek Pardon will take the tip for Northwestern, and Mo Wagner will take the tip for Michigan. As we're here to get started at the Chrysler Center on the Monday night in Ann Arbor. Waiting for the Fox TV crew to end the TV timeout before we get started here. This Northwestern team full of upperclassmen. All of their starting five are either juniors or seniors. Michigan starting Isaiah Livers, who's a true freshman. Xavier Simpson, sophomore. Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, the only senior on the court for the Wolverines. McIntosh gets the tip. He dribbles across midcourt, guarded by Simpson. Swings it across to Lindsay. Lindsay comes back, gives it to Vic Law, who's guarded by Charles Matthews, his teammate from high school in Illinois. Down low to Pardon, kicks it to Law with the corner three. That's no good, rims out. Rebounded by Rockman. Rockman going the other way. Swings it to Matthews. Matthews back to Rockman. Rockman gives it to Simpson, and he sets up the offense. Guarded by Brian McIntosh, the senior point guard for the Wildcats. Back to Rockman on the wing. 15 to go on the shot clock. Rockman nowhere to go. Back to Simpson. Simpson surveys the court, pick and roll with Wagner, nothing there. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews with a three on the wing. That's no good. Rebounded by Vic Law and gives it to McIntosh, and Northwestern is on their way.
And McIntosh lost Matthews on that. Lucky though, Matthews generally hits those.
Lindsay with a mid-range jumper to give Northwestern the first points of the game.
Yeah, Scotty Lindsay is going to be huge for Northwestern. He's the team's leading scorer, so they need a big game out of him.
Charles Matthews has it on the wing. Northwestern going into a zone look. Back to man. Livers on the wing, guarded by Skelly. Dumps it down low to Matthews in the short corner. Matthews back to Simpson at the top of the key. Shot clock at 7 now. Rockman, deep three. That's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Gavin Skelly. Quick outlet to McIntosh. McIntosh down the court. Picked up quickly by Simpson. Simpson in his face. McIntosh trying to direct the offense. McIntosh has a lane. Mid-range jumper, that one's good. Two mid-range jumpers for Northwestern, and they take a 4-0 lead to start off the game.
Yeah, those are not easy shots Northwestern are taking, but they've hit two of them so far. If you're Michigan, there's really nothing you could do. Generally, those are mid-range shots that generally don't go in, but in that instance, though, Northwestern got two of those types of shots to go in to start this game.
Michigan now in its offense. Matthews, corner three, close up by Skelly. That one's good. Michigan cuts the deficit 4-3 now.
Yeah, Northwestern going into a zone is going to be interesting. They don't necessarily have the length to run it, so Michigan's going to have holes and lanes to drive and shoot if they...
Gavin Skelly posting up, double teamed, and it's going to be an and one for Northwestern. So Gavin Skelly, the 6'8" senior from Westlake, Ohio, will have a chance to convert a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And the foul is going to be given to Xavier Simpson, who is down low trying to guard the much bigger Gavin Skelly.
That was a great job by Skelly, being really aggressive, driving the rim.
And Gavin Skelly makes the one free throw, and Northwestern's up 7-3.
Northwestern doing a good job getting a little bit of dribble penetration, attacking the paint against Michigan, whose defense has gone much better this year.
Isaiah Livers now has it, tries to take Skelly one-on-one, gives it back to Simpson with 10 on the shot clock at the top of the key, nothing there. Swings it quickly to Matthews. Matthews drives, he's grabbed by Lindsay. Kicks it out to Simpson for a wide open three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Vic Law. Northwestern is pushing the tempo up to Lindsay at midcourt. Lindsay swings it to McIntosh. McIntosh slows things down to set up the offense. Swings it to Lindsay. Lindsay guarded by Rockmont. Gives it to Skelly. Skelly gives it to Pardon at the top of the three-point line. Poked away by Matthews. That's off of him. 10 on the shot clock for Vic Law. Vic Law pick and roll with Pardon. Hedge by Wagner. And they try to get it down low, and that's stolen by Muhammad Ali Abdul Rahman, who's running down the court. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews pump fake, drives on Skelly. Nothing there. Great D by Skelly. Northwestern wants to travel, but no call. Rahman now dribbling pick and roll. Gives it to Simpson. Slows it down. 16 on the shot clock. Picked up by McIntosh. Simpson directing the offense. Takes a screen from Wagner. Looks down low. Livers. Gives it to Wagner. Wagner fade away with McIntosh guarding him. No good. Rebounded by McIntosh. McIntosh pushing the tempo. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Scotty Lindsay on the wing. Back to McIntosh.
The Michigan's offense looking a little discombobulated right now. They're not really doing a great job moving the ball or really getting guys open. Northwestern defense, though, doing a great job, though, sticking with these Michigan shooters.
And that will bring us to the first timeout. 15:55 left to go in the first quarter. Northwestern with an early lead, 7-3. Jeff, what are some of your initial thoughts on how the game's been going so far?
Yeah, so far Michigan really, as I was kind of mentioning, their offense is not getting off to another slow start. That's kind of been the theme this really for the last several games for Michigan, is getting off to slow starts on offense, not really running the offense, not a lot of ball movements, kind of a lot of dribbling around, and in the end kind of scrambling in the last 10 seconds and having to do basically some ISO ball. That is not Michigan. They are when they run their offense, when they run their system, they are ruthlessly efficient. So Beeline just kind of needs to drill this into these players' heads to run the offense, move the ball around, and find mismatches that you can exploit. Northwestern, on the other hand, doing a great job defensively, though. They're not really letting Michigan's guys get any separation. Offensively, they've hit a couple tough shots so far, some mid-range shots. That's a pretty good job so far, but overall by Northwestern, as good of a start as they could have asked for in these first 4 minutes.
Yeah, this is sort of not an official rivalry, but sort of been a rivalry between these two games in the last few years. 4 of their last 5 matchups have been determined by a deficit of 4 points or fewer. And the last time these two teams faced, Northwestern won the game on a last-second play. So expect this game to go into close game late. And right now, Northwestern does have an early lead. Going back to some of your initial keys to the game, what do you think Michigan needs to get back to if they want to come back into this game?
Well, again, they need to start attacking the paint more. Northwestern is not a great defensive team when it comes to giving up 2-point shots. So Michigan has a great scoring center in Mo Wagner. They need to get him the ball against a smaller Derek Pardon. Also, they need to get the guards the chance to slash and attack the rim more. But so that's certainly something that Michigan needs to try and pick and prod at throughout this game. So that, I think Beeline needs to really just find a way to draw mismatches, get mismatches for his guys, either Simpson on a center, Wagner on a guard, and let them go to work, because that is when Michigan is at its best, is when they create those mismatches for a 3 or an easy drive to the rim.
And going to the other side for Northwestern, been able to take an early lead here. What are some things that you've seen that have kind of taken Michigan off guard or by surprise and that have been working so far?
Well, they've certainly been moving fast. I mean, there's really nothing. I mean, Northwestern's 4 of their points came off of mid-range jumpers. Really, there's not a whole lot you could do. A lot of college players aren't good enough to where they can hit those pull-up mid-range jump shots. So, rather, it's more impressive on Northwestern's end that Lindsay and then McIntosh both hit those. So, defensively, they're fine. They just got to take away the 3-point line and don't let Pardon get easy baskets at the rim.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, Northwestern starting 5, all upperclassmen. 4 of them are all academic seniors, so a lot of experience here on this Northwestern's team. As Pardon gets the inbound to start off Northwestern's possession. He gets it down low, swings it to the corner to Lindsay. Quick swing to Law, who launches a deep 3, no good. Rebound by Charles Matthews. Matthews pushing it up the court. Finds Simpson in the corner. Mismatch again, guarded by Gavin Skelly, Northwestern's big guy. Northwestern in a zone look, 2-3 at the top. Livers in the corner, back to Matthews. Matthews pump fake, drives to the middle, lobs it to Wagner, poked away by Skelly, and it's back in Northwestern's hands.
Yeah, this zone is seeming, they went back to a 2-3 zone, and that kind of gave Michigan a bit of trouble. And
there's a jump ball between Michigan and Northwestern. Wagner and Pardon got it tangled up, but it's going to be Michigan ball. Possession arrow goes to the Wolverines.
Yeah, great job by Wagner on that.
Northwestern giving a light press to Michigan bringing up the ball. Rockman breaks it easily.
It's a 2-3 zone again. Michigan's got to find a way to break that.
Matthews down low, dunks over Skelly. A big move by Charles Matthews to bring Michigan within 2 points.
That was just, there's really nothing Skelly could do again on that play. I mean, Matthews was just an incredibly athletic play. There was really nothing Skelly could do about that. He was just overmatched.
An athletic mismatch on that wing position nonetheless. So Northwestern tries to answer. McIntosh double team, gives it down low to Pardon. Pardon with a nice move with the left hand over Charles Matthews. Northwestern coming back in the press, full court press. McIntosh in Rockman's face, but Rockman crashes the timeline easily. Simpson now directing traffic back to Rockman. Rockman takes a screen from Wagner, tries to get it down low, swings it to Matthews. Matthews drives baseline, nothing there. Tries to get it back out to Wagner, swings it to Rockman. Rockman open three, a deep three that hits the front rim and rebounded by Skelly.
A couple of deep threes by Rockman so far. Not exactly advisable shots.
Vic Law, mid-range jumper, and that one's good. Another mid-range jumper by the Northwestern Wildcats, and they extend the lead to 6.
And Matthews got turned around on that, so not exactly his greatest moment out defensively.
Northwestern in the 2-3 zone. Michigan almost has it stolen. Swings to Rockman. Rockman drives, closed off, and has to back it out. Swings it across court to Simpson. Simpson, nothing there. 10 on the shot clock. Simpson trying to drive, nothing there. Wagner, quick three, air ball, rebounded by Law, and Northwestern's pushing it up the court.
Yeah, this zone, Michigan has just not found an answer to it. They're just not getting good looks.
Vic Law now has it at the top of the three-point line, gives it to the point guard McIntosh, who's guarded by Livers. Directing traffic, takes a screen from Pardon. Pardon open three, not a three-point shooter, doesn't take that, gives it to Skelly. Skelly tries to move against Charles Matthews, and it's going to be a blocking call on Matthews. And that will bring us to our first substitutions of the game. Aaron Falzone, the sophomore from Massachusetts. And Anthony Gaines, the guard, the freshman from New Hampton School, New York. Jordan Poole checks into the game, Michigan scorer, and Duncan Robinson. Quick three by Falzone, that one's good. Northwestern jumps to an early 9-point lead here in the first half.
A great look, great setup to get Falzone, who's a great three-point shooter, is the top guy, their top scorer off the bench. Good job getting him going.
Jordan Poole with open three, passes it up, kicks it back out to Rockman. Jordan Poole, the true freshman, who's John Beeline's bench scorer. Wagner drives, nothing there. There's a foul. It's going to be an offensive foul. Falzone, after hitting the three, got in there and took the charge, and the Michigan student section is not happy with that call. It'll be Wagner's first foul of the game.
Yeah, Falzone did set his feet, so that was a great play by Falzone to just go up there and basically take the charge, take one for the team, and it worked.
And Jordan Ash, the junior from Bolingbrook, Illinois, checks into the game, as well as Barrett Benson, the sophomore from Willowbrook, Illinois. Northwestern going into its bench pretty early in this game, 8 minutes into the game. Gaines has it, nothing there, back to Falzone, gives it to Ash, guarded by Rockman. Lindsay, the only remaining starter on the court, guarded tightly by Matthews, gives it back to Ash. Ash operating with 11 on the shot clock, gives it to Lindsay. Lindsay tries to drive, floater, no good, rebounded by Duncan Robinson, who has it fall out of his hands, out of bounds.
I was just sloppy by Duncan Robinson. I mean, he had it in his hands, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. So
a mental error by Duncan Robinson, and it's going to give Northwestern the ball back with a fresh shot clock.
Essentially a turnover if you're Michigan. That's not something you want when you're down 9 this early.
John Teskey is also checked back into the game. Vic Law checks back into the game, tries to fit it down low, gets stolen by Rockman. Rockman driving, kicks it to Robinson. Robinson, deep three, close down in his face, no good, but offensive rebound by Teskey, who quicks it back to Poole. Poole, a deep three, and looks like there's going to be a foul before the three. There's going to be a loose ball foul on Barrett Benson, his first, and that'll bring us to the under 12 TV timeout.
That was a great effort by John Teskey. That's what Teskey gives you when he comes into the game. He's a high effort guy. Basically goes in there, does the little things that really don't show up in the box score. He's a great paint defender. He's scrappy. He fights for those boards, fights for those offensive rebounds. He's kind of really the unsung hero of this team. He doesn't really give you much offensively, but he certainly is kind of the rock that can give you those offensive rebounds, some good tough minutes on defense. So that is certainly while Wagner kind of gets all the attention as a great scoring center, Teskey is definitely more of your traditional old school center, and that he gets boards. He could make a couple easy baskets and given the chance and plays great defense in the paint.
Yeah, so right now it's 11:52 left to go in the first half. We're about 8 minutes into the game. Northwestern takes an early commanding lead, 14-5, and looks like Michigan wasn't really able to figure things out since the last media timeout. What are some things that Michigan has been struggling with since the last timeout?
They can't really break the zone. I mean, Northwestern has gone almost exclusively zone in this game, and Michigan just seems really puzzled like it. Maybe they weren't prepping for it. Maybe this is a completely, for the first time this season, Northwestern is showing zone, but like Michigan just really seems to have no answers for it. The thing is, the best way to break the zone is if you attack the inside and you can dish it out to your shooters on the outside. The thing is, no one's, except for maybe Rockman, everyone's being really gun shy with taking the three. They're pump faking and then they're just dribbling, and no one's taking the shot, and that's the reason why Michigan's having so much trouble, I guess, really shooting the ball. And I mean, this is no points in the last 3 minutes pretty much, so this is not really what you want to see if you're Michigan, especially given that Northwestern's defense is not that good.
Yeah, and we talked about John Teskey coming off the bench. Sort of brings a lot of grit to that lineup and a lot of effort and a lot of things that don't show up in the stat sheet, like you said, Jeff. Another player coming off the bench is Jordan Poole, who has started to see some time. And he's sort of been John Beilein's hot hand, sort of that scorer off the bench. How do you think he fits into this game coming forward?
I mean, I love Jordan Poole's game, and I really think he needs to be getting more minutes, given the fact that Michigan has just had trouble finding a consistent scorer this entire year. I mean, Duncan Robinson kind of was that guy the past couple of years, the great three-point shooter off the bench, but has struggled shooting the ball, and Poole has kind of replaced him. They need to find a way to get him going, let him kind of have free reign to shoot the ball, because he might be Michigan's most lethal scorer when he's on the floor.
And now the players have returned to the court. Michigan will inbound to baseline following the foul, and it's going to be another foul. Not a foul. The refs blew it dead. The referee is telling Vic Law to step back from Jordan Poole, who's trying to inbound it. He was not giving him enough space, so Wolverines will try again. Poole still looking, kicks it to Matthews behind the three-point line, gives it to Simpson to initiate the offense, gives it to Robinson, back to Simpson. Simpson guarded by Anthony Gaines, kicks it, swings it to the wing, trials Matthews. Matthews takes a screen from Teskey, double-teamed, kicks it to Robinson in the corner, Robinson back to Matthews. Matthews takes another screen, gives it down low to Teskey. Teskey gets fouled and one. And the refs are saying it's a foul on the floor, so the basket will not count, but it will be a foul on Vic Law, blocking foul.
I thought that was an and one. Well, actually, no, that was the right call. he wasn't going up yet with the shot, but a great job on the pick and roll. I mean, they had that a couple of times, but Matthews finally was able to get it down to him, and Teskey, again, showing a little more of that grit.
Inbounded to Matthews, swung to Robinson at the wing, who's guarded by Ash. Gives it to Poole in the corner. Northwestern is still in their 2-3 zone that has been so successful today. Poole dribbling around, gives it to Simpson. 7 on the shot clock. Simpson dribble move, drives in the lane. He's going to get fouled. Layup is missed. That's going to be a foul on Barrett Benson, his second foul.
Yeah, this is what Michigan needs to do. They need to attack the paint more. They did on that pick and roll with Teskey. Simpson finally getting a little more aggressive and driving to the rim. Now they get a chance to finally break a... Oh, sorry, it was not a shooting foul.
And again, another foul. Michigan will inbound it from the baseline. Barrett Benson picked up his second foul, so he's replaced by Derek Parton, the starting center. Charles Matthews has it on the wing, gives it to Simpson to set up the offense. Simpson denies a screen, tries to pass it down low to Teskey, bounces off his foot. Another Michigan turnover, and Northwestern gets the stop.
That was an unwise decision. Kind of also just bad spacing on that one. I mean, Teskey was so close to Simpson on that. Really hard to run the pick and roll when the two are that close, and led to the turnover.
Foul zone now has it at the top, guarded by Simpson. Gives it to Ash. Ash directing traffic. Gives it to Law, who's guarded by Simpson. Law tries to get it down low. Drives, nothing there. Back to foul zone. Foul zone, drives, floater. Rims out, rebound Matthews. Michigan pushing it the other way. Matthews kicks it to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole pump fake, drives, kicks it to Robinson. Robinson with the hand in his face. Deep three, no good. Rebound by foul zone.
Gotta hit those.
The other way.
Gotta hit those.
Foul zone lobs it for Parton. Parton has it knocked out of bounds, saves it back to Ash, and Northwestern will have the ball with 17 to go on the shot clock. In the corner is foul zone. Foul zone pump fake, drives, baseline. And Ash with corner three, no good. Rebounded by Parton, but he has it knocked out, and Charles Matthews steals it from him. Matthews going down court, drives against Ash. It's going to be a blocking foul on the ground. The basket will not count.
Michigan's scoring drought is now at 5 minutes. We're halfway through the first half, and Michigan only has 5 points. This is, I mean, not a pretty bad, awful start for Michigan's offense. I mean, Beeline has got to be really frustrated with his players. They need to find some answers and start hitting some of these shots.
Yeah, Beeline's typically known as an offensive coach, but right now his offense is really struggling. Michigan will inbound the ball with 9:50 left to go. The score remains 14-5. Poole has it on the wing. Near travel. Northwestern players wanted to travel. Rockman now has it. Swings to Robinson. Robinson looks to pass it inside. Dribble handoff to Poole. Poole dribbling against Lindsey. Poole will drive to the basket. Pump fake. Fade away. No good. Hit the front of the rim, and Lindsey will get the rebound. McIntosh now, who has checked back into the game. Dribbling in the corner. Takes a screen from Parton. McIntosh drives all the way. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Simpson. Simpson looking to push. Kicks it ahead to Robinson. Robinson layup, and that's good. And the Robinson layup ends the Michigan scoring drought.
Yeah, great job in transition on offense. Great job by Simpson to find Robinson on that layup.
Scotty Lindsey gives it to McIntosh. McIntosh takes a screen, swings it back to Lindsey. Lindsey pump fake, gives it back to McIntosh. McIntosh drives in the middle, nothing there, kicks it back to Gaines. Gaines double teamed, has the ball stripped away by Poole. Loose ball on the ground, and diving Teskey gets it, and Robinson has a wide open breakaway layup, and he slams it home.
And the crowd is finally back into this one. Great job defensively by Jordan Poole, the really talented true freshman. That was all him on truly great effort play.
And John Teskey, another gritty dive on the floor to help Michigan get possession on that.
Teskey is basically a gym rat. I mean, he does all the dirty work for you. And speaking of dirty work, another great rebound by John Teskey.
Foul zones, shot no good, rebounded by Teskey, as Jeff said. Jordan Poole now dribbling around with the ball, kicks it to Rockman in the corner. Rockman pump fake, drives in the middle of the lane, down low to Teskey. Teskey pump fake, doesn't get the ball to go, and rebounded by Anthony Gaines.
Yeah, Teskey has to hit that. That was a bunny layup.
Scotty Lindsay with a wide open three-pointer, and he cans that. Northwestern silences the crowd. Scotty Lindsay, who was one of Northwestern's best shooting performers, has kind of had a down year. He's only shooting 30% on the year, but he nailed that one, and Northwestern still has a lead of 8 points. Robinson in the corner gives it to Teskey down low. Teskey finishes over foul zone. Great technique on that move.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to attack the paint. Teskey, not really known for as much of a score, definitely finally gets that one to go.
McIntosh now has the ball against Robinson. Takes a screen from Pardon. Swings it across to Lindsay. Lindsay drives. Oh, and Lindsay throws it home with authority. There was no help defense, and he blew by his defender.
Yeah, Marr got beat, and Teskey too slow to get around to that. So Lindsay, though, with an emphatic dunk.
An athletic dunk, definitely by the athletic Scotty Lindsay. Poole now has it. Drives baseline against Gaines. Kicks it cross court. Simpson now has it. Driving. Spins out. Nothing there. 10 on the shot clock. Rockman now drives, tries to have a floater, and it's blocked by Derek Pardon. But Michigan gets the rebound. Jordan Poole, deep three, 2 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a loose ball foul on Brian McIntosh getting the rebound. And that will bring us to the under 8 TV timeout.
Yeah, McIntosh kind of just got beat by Marr on that one. Really just wasn't quick enough to get around to the athletic Marr, and was forced to kind of just foul him on that rebound.
Now we're at 6:33 left to go in the first half. Northwestern up 19-11. The score is still in Northwestern's favor by a good amount, but it seems like the crowd has definitely gotten more energy and they're more into this game.
Well, Michigan's finally just started making a couple shots. They did a couple great easy baskets in transition. Off one was just a great job by Simpson finding Robinson for the layup, and then another transition basket. A great defensive play by Poole, followed by great effort by Teskey to get set up for another Duncan Robinson dunk. So Michigan certainly getting a little, finally kind of putting some points on the board, might get them out of their funk. But Northwestern, though, has responded every time Michigan has scored a bucket.
Yeah, the two players we mentioned at the previous timeout were off the bench were John Teskey and Jordan Poole, and those two have sort of sparked the comeback in this 4-minute period. Do you think that John Beeline will have these two players play a bit more despite being bench players?
I think Poole will definitely get more minutes, but I won't be surprised to see if Beeline puts Wagner back in. Wagner is the more lethal offensive weapon. He certainly does not have the defensive presence or is as strong of a rebounder as Teskey, but if you can get Wagner going, he's the best offensive player on this floor, but consistency is such an issue with him. He has the moments of brilliance where he is unstoppable and cannot miss. Other times, it's just times where he just gets there's lapses in focus, and it's just mental errors that I know has driven Beeline insane for much of Wagner's career. So I'd say put Wagner back in, but I mean, Teskey has given them great minutes so far.
And on the other side for the Wildcats, the scoring has been pretty evenly distributed, but Scotty Lindsay, the senior shooting guard, leads the team with 7 points. We saw him hit an open three, and then he had an athletic high-flying dunk on a following possession. What kind of things have Northwestern been able to do to get him going? What are things that Michigan needs to do to stop him?
Well, they've been able to find matches where they can get him isolated one-on-one or on the three. Michigan just lost him, and he had that wide open three. Marr was just guarding two guys in the corner, and basically all McIntosh had to do was pass it to one or the other, and he passed it to Lindsay, who hit the three. So it's for Northwestern, you're happy to see Lindsay going. Him and McIntosh have kind of not exactly had to shoot the years that Northwestern was hoping that they'd have. They thought that, they'd be the ones that kind of would lead Northwestern's resurgence, preseason top 20 ranking, that they could lead Northwestern to what could be a magical season, but that hasn't really materialized. But at the end of the day, these are still seniors who have played a lot of games for Northwestern, and they are certainly showing it tonight with veteran playing and experience and leadership showing on the court.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. That senior backcourt of Northwestern's. Lindsay has only shot 30% from three. McIntosh 34% from three, so not really the numbers you'd like to see, but their experience and leadership has definitely shown here tonight. Michigan inbounds the ball. Northwestern remaining in the 2-3 zone. Eli Brooks, true freshman point guard, is seeing some of his first minutes of the game. He has the ball now guarded by McIntosh. Takes a screen from Robinson. Corner to Poole. Poole pump fake. Skelly goes flying by, but the shot is no good. Rebounded by Brooks, who spins out of control. Robinson has it now. Northwestern's defense is reeling, but his shot doesn't go. Northwestern gets another stop.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing Beeline could do. 2 open threes and neither go from your two of your best 3-point shooters. You can't really. There's really just nothing you could do about that if you're Michigan, except for make them. They're just not going in.
McIntosh now has it at the top, given to Skelly. Skelly, spin move on Robinson, nothing there. Fade away, jump hook, no good. Rebounded by Wagner. Jordan Poole now takes it across midcourt. Down low to Robinson, who's wide open. A breakdown in Northwestern's defense, and Robinson converts an easy layup.
Yeah, there's a defensive miscommunication. You can see Northwestern's coach, Chris Collins, is not happy with that. Clearly miscommunication.
And Northwestern turns the ball over as Derek Carden throws it over Lindsay's head out of bounds and will become Michigan ball. Vic Law checks back into the game for the Wildcats.
Yeah, frankly, if you're Michigan, you're pretty content that you're only down 6 at the post. At this point, they're only shooting 1 of 11 from 3. That is really just not. That is poor shooting, no matter how you say it. And it's not like these are tough. They're throwing up contested shots. They're getting plenty of open looks. They're just not going in. So Michigan lucky that they're only down 6 when they've only made a single 3 on 11 attempts.
Jordan Poole, deep 2, no good. Rebounded by Skelly. McIntosh swings it ahead to Lindsay. Lindsay spin move, but it's blocked by Poole. Out of bounds, will remain Northwestern ball. Poole came down on a chase down block on the layup.
Yeah, Poole is yet to make a shot on the offensive end. He's 0 for 4 shooting, but he's certainly making up for it with great effort on defense.
Lob play from out of bounds, no good. Poole gets the rebound. Poole takes it himself, swings it to Brooks. Brooks fakes it, takes it back out, gives it back to Poole, and Poole hands it right back to Brooks. Michigan now down 6, 19-13 is the score. Eli Brooks takes a screen from Rockmine, goes the other way, gives it to Poole. Robinson in the corner, 3. That one is no good, rims out. He was wide open again and missed it. Now McIntosh has it, swings it to Law. Lindsay, a deep 3 in the corner, but the blown dead. Not sure what the call is here.
Yeah, Michigan just can't buy a 3. That one rattled in and out. Robinson, another wide open look. It's kind of been the story of his season. Like, he's just been getting a lot of open looks, yet they're just not going in for some reason, and it's hard to explain why that's the case.
The foul was on Eli Brooks. Vic Law has it at the corner, gives it to Lindsay. Lindsay swings it to McIntosh. McIntosh gives it down low to Skelly, but it's broken away by Matthews. Now Eli Brooks has it going the other way. Passes to Matthews, layup, no good. Offensive foul on Matthews. Charge was picked up by McIntosh. A veteran move by the high IQ point guard to get the ball back into the Wildcats' hands.
That is what Brian McIntosh brings to the floor. I mean, he's not the most athletic player, but he wins on the court with grit, heart, and just high IQ play overall. That was all of the above there. Just taking one in the chin for the team and then shaking it off, rubbing some dirt on it, going back to play.
McIntosh has the ball, hands off to Law. Law gives it down low to Pardon, defended in the post by Wagner. 1-on-1, lefty jump hook, no good, rebounded by Moritz Wagner.
Yeah, after Northwestern's hot start, they really have had trouble making shots on themselves. So defensive slugfest or just offensive futility on both sides at this point.
Rockman now with the ball, dribbling against Lindsay. Drives left, nothing there. Robinson fakes a deep 3, gives it to Poole, wide open. That one's good. Finally, Michigan gets the ball to go down.
Yeah, about time. Jordan Poole has had missed a couple open looks, but finally gets that one to go from the corner.
That three cuts the lead to 3 points. Northwestern trying to find an answer. McIntosh driving against Brooks. Floater, no good. Wagner the rebound, gives it to Robinson, who has it poked away, but it's a foul on Vic Law, and Vic Law is beside himself, not believing the call.
Yeah, that is not a smart foul by Vic Law. I mean, trying to just see if he can poke it out. I mean, that is such a high-risk, low-reward type of play. That's one if you're Vic Law, and that gives him 2 fouls. So I wonder if maybe he'll go to the bench for the rest of the half. He is one of Northwestern's best players, but regardless, though, not a smart foul.
Yeah, Vic Law is Northwestern's best three-point shooter, and another one of their experienced players, a redshirt junior. Him and Charles Matthews were actually high school teammates in Illinois, and both of them are serve the same role on their team, that experienced athletic wing player. But both of them have been quiet tonight. What are some things that you'd like to see either of them do to get going here, as we have 3 minutes left to go in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what to say. I mean, they gotta just give them. I don't know. They've just been so sluggish for the past couple games. It's hard to. They just kind of gotta fight their way out of it, shoot their way out of it. There's really not. It's hard to say what else John Beilein can do to get guys like Matthews on going again. I mean, there were such high expectations for him, Matthews specifically, coming into this, that I don't know, the slump the past few games has been surprising. It's why you're seeing Poole getting a lot more minutes, especially in this game so far.
Yeah, Michigan's coming off from a tough road loss to Purdue last week. How do you think that loss has affected them coming into this game? They've really been struggling on offense, only 16 points here with almost the first half over.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking given the fact that they went into West Lafayette, and they scored 88 points against a Purdue team that is going to be a #1 seed in the tournament, most likely. They're probably going to win the Big Ten. I mean, they are really, one of the best teams in the country, and they hung with them for the entire game. And if it weren't just for a lights-out shooting by Purdue, Michigan could have won that. So definitely kind of seeing a bit of a hangover, I guess, from that really tough loss to Purdue. But we've seen Michigan before coming off a tough loss to Purdue, only to come out even and play better in the next game. So, going back to that first loss against Purdue, they then went into East Lansing and owned the Spartans, who is a much better team than Northwestern. Yet this game, it seems like, I don't know. I think the energy is there. They're getting good looks from three. They're just not going in. I mean, 11 misses, and several of those misses have been great looks. So I don't know what it is, but I mean, Michigan proved when they played Purdue that they can hang with the best teams in the country, but they got to win and show up for these types of games against a Northwestern team that is tournament hopes are very much on life support at this point.
Yeah, Northwestern, one of those bubble teams for the dance this year. Players return to the court. Michigan in their maize home uniforms. Northwestern in their black road alternates with the special lettering to match the font on the gates of iconic Northwestern Evanston campus. Michigan now has the ball with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Rockman at the top of the key. Gives it to Robinson. Northwestern in their 2-3 zone. Wagner, backdoor cut to Brooks. Brooks is fouled by Gavin Skelly, who stuck his leg out and tripped Brooks. That is the team's 5th foul, so it will not put Michigan in the bonus. Oh, I stand corrected. That is the 7th foul, so Michigan is in the bonus now. And Brooks will shoot a 1-on-1 coming up. Now, Eli Brooks is an interesting story. He started off the season as a second-string point guard, won the starting point guard job, but has struggled late after getting benched again to see minutes. But he's seen a lot of minutes tonight so far. As he misses the front end of the 1-on-1, so Northwestern gets the rebound and is controlling possession.
Yeah, there's nothing more, I think, more frustrating than missing the front end of a 1-and-1. And I mean, those are 2 free points, and you just got to hit it.
Robinson with a great defensive play to steal the ball, kicks it ahead to Rockman. Rockman converts the layup at the other end, and this brings Michigan down 1.
Cerebral play by Duncan Robinson coming out of nowhere to intercept that pass, and a great outlet to set up that transition bucket.
An athletic finish at the other end by Rockman sparks the Wolverine. Lindsay with a deep 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Wagner. Michigan now has a chance to take the lead. Michigan almost loses the ball out of bounds, but they recover it.
Almost a disaster there. I mean,
Eli Brooks now commanding the offense. Michigan trying to take the lead on this possession. Swings it to Brooks. Robinson back to Brooks. Excuse me, that's Poole who swings it to Brooks now. Rockman in the corner. That one's good. 3-pointer for Rockman, and Michigan now takes the lead.
That was great ball movement around the perimeter. I mean, they swung that ball around. I mean, at least 4 passes. It was really nice to see. And then Rockman finally getting on the board with that 3. And I don't know how this was possible 10 minutes ago, but Michigan is now somehow winning by 2.
Yeah, Michigan now has recaptured the lead. Northwestern calls a timeout with 1:50 left to go in the first half, and Michigan was able to scratch and claw themselves back into this lead. Now that Michigan has the lead, what do they need to do to keep the lead?
Well, I mean, defensively, they've really settled in. Northwestern has not scored a point in the last 5 minutes. Michigan's on a 10-0 run. And really, since Michigan's finally just starting to hit some of their shots, they hit a couple threes. They've done a great job defensively getting turnovers to set up easy transition buckets. And the thing is that they're getting these great defensive efforts leading to these turnovers and transition buckets from guys you wouldn't really expect, such as Jordan Poole, John Teskey, Duncan Robinson.
Northwestern, this is the second game of a 3-game road trip for the Wildcats. Maybe their legs are getting a bit exhausted on this trip. Derek Pardon overpowers Wagner in the post, but he cannot get the bucket to go, and Wagner gets the rebound. Michigan pushing the ball the other way. Simpson now controls it, takes a screen for Wagner, swings it to Poole. Poole surveys the defense. Poole gives it back to Simpson, guarded by Pardon out on the perimeter. Down low to Wagner. He's pushed by Lindsay. That will be a foul. Michigan is in the bonus, and it'll give a 1-and-1 opportunity for Moritz Wagner, the junior from Berlin, Germany.
Yeah, Pardon got away with an offensive foul on the other end. Missed the shot. And now Wagner great job. Let's get to the line.
First free throw is no good again. Michigan has missed all of their free throws so far tonight. Northwestern gets the ball back down 2 with a little over a minute to go in the first half.
Yeah, Michigan's one of the probably not a great free throw shooting team, probably one of Beeline's worst ever.
Lindsay drives against Rockman. He's going to be fouled. Oh no, it's a travel. Lindsay took a few extra steps there.
Yeah, I think Lindsay just tripped over his own 2 feet. Tried to make it look like he got dragged down by Rockman, but I think he just tripped.
So Michigan gets the ball back with 1 minute left to go, up by 2. Northwestern coming in, bringing a little full court pressure here as Simpson tries to break through it. Northwestern settles into the 2-3 zone. High screen by Robinson for Simpson. Simpson guarded by Ash, swings it to Robinson, back to Simpson. Gives it to Rockman in the corner. Rockman pump fake. Nope. Swings it cross court to Poole. Poole drives baseline. Swings it to Robinson. Wide open 3 in the corner. That one's no good. Rebounded by Gaines. And Gaines goes across the court. 31 seconds to go. 4-second differential between game clock and shot clock as McIntosh holds the ball at the top of the block M. Simpson switches onto him. 12 to go on the shot clock. McIntosh looking over the sidelines to get instruction from his coach. 8 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Lindsay has it against Poole. Poole, great defense. Lindsay has to chuck up a deep 3. No good. Front iron. Rebounded by Wagner. 2 seconds left to go. Robinson has to heave a full court shot. And that one is no good. And that will take us to the end of the first half. Michigan leads 21, Northwestern 19. So what are some observations from the first half of play here, Jeff?
I mean, really the tide turned around the 9-minute mark when Michigan went on a 10-0 run. Northwestern was held scoreless for the last 7 minutes. Michigan's defense did a tremendous job. Michigan was able to claw its way back, started hitting some shots, great defensive effort to set up transition buckets. I think if you're Michigan, this is about as good as you could have hoped for to end this first half, given the way that they started such a sluggish start. And Michigan, though, needs to go into halftime and figure out how to make adjustments in their half-court offense. They're getting a lot of their buckets off of transition, off of turnovers. They're not really have set up a lot of open looks, just running their basic half-court offense. So Beeline needs to adjust there. Defensively, they just got to keep doing what they were doing the last 10 minutes of the first half. I mean, they pretty much held Northwestern really scoreless for much of that last part of the half. So really, it's going to be a defensive slugfest. And as you mentioned, I mean, Michigan Northwestern games for some reason have always gone down to the wire, and it looks like that's what it's going to come down to based on what we've seen in this first half.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jeff. 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams have been decided by a score of 4 points or fewer. And Chris Collins is a great coach. He's a veteran coach. He's been doing this a long time, and I know he's going to have some solutions in the locker room right now at halftime. So for both teams, what do you think it's going to take to have the edge in what's probably going to be a close game right now?
I mean, for Northwestern, they just need to find better play from their guards. Scotty Lindsey, Brian McIntosh, he's a scrappy player. They need more from him to start making plays. He is an underrated athletic guy. He can create his own shots, so they need something from him. Lindsey, he's done all right so far. If you're Michigan, though, you need to find a way to get Wagner going. I think Poole should get more minutes, and I think Livers needs to start getting the game more. Duncan Robinson, he's missed all of his threes when that is his greatest asset, so maybe it's time for Livers, who gives you more athleticism on the court. It could do a little more overall, brings an extra dimension to the offense in general. So I think that's what Michigan needs to do: get Livers on the court more, get Poole more minutes, and find a way to get Wagner going, who presents such a mismatch nightmare for opposing defenses.
That's a lot of great analysis, Jeff. Again, Michigan leads 21-19. We're going to take a break here in the halftime, but don't go anywhere. The second half will resume shortly. Again, I'm Will Yang alongside Jeff Chan. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back.
going to the line for 3 shots.
We have to apologize. We had a cable disconnect and we were silent there for about a minute. Apologies to all you viewers at home, but we are happy to be able to resume our coverage.
Yeah, now Scotty Lindsay is at the line after being fouled on a 3-point attempt as he makes his second of his 3 attempts, cutting the lead down to 26 Michigan, 21 Northwestern.
Good to get the score in there for any of those who missed it while we were silent at home, what the score was.
And the 3rd shot is up, and it's good. Now, only a 4-point lead for Michigan with 18 minutes remaining in the half.
Lindsay has been vital for this Wildcat offense and pays big for them there. Gets their first 3 points in quite some time.
Now Poole driving around. Gives it to Livers. Michigan just passing the ball around the outside. Not a whole lot going for him so far. Simpson prodding. Gives it up to Poole, who pulls up from a 3. Can't get it to go, but Rockman gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Livers. Gives it back to Rockman underneath. Kicks it out to Poole in the corner. He nails it.
And that might be the biggest difference between the first and second halves so far for the Wolverines. The shot selection has been far better so far. The Wolverines passing the ball much better, finding the open man this half.
Definitely love to see those corner 3s. And now Northwestern gets caught with a moving screen. I believe that was Pardon as Rockman draws the foul. That's another turnover for Northwestern. Their 10th of the night. Michigan, so far, so good here in the second half.
Indeed. A quick note on how important Scotty Lindsay has been to the Wildcats. He's scored 10 of their 22 points. No Wolverine is at 10 points.
Yeah, now Michigan with the ball. Again, being patient, passing around. Now it's inside to Wagner. Tries to get it outside to Simpson. The pass is intercepted by Lindsay. Now Northwestern in transition. It's McIntosh to the basket. Spins. Cannot get the ball to go in. Pardon gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. Easy bucket there. Now 29-24 Michigan up with 16:40 remaining.
Pardon finally gets one. It's in. It's been a rough night for him, not getting any forgiving rolls around the rim.
Now Michigan trying to answer. Rockman with the ball, dribbling around. He's driving, kicks it out to Simpson, who again tries his own drive, kicks it out to Simpson, swinging the ball around. It ends up with Wagner, who shoots a 3, and it goes! Michigan red hot from the 3-point line so far. They cannot miss.
It bears repeating, the shot selection for the Wolverines is just far beyond what it was in the first half.
Definitely is coming from some great ball movement. Now Northwestern looking to get a good shot themselves. It's Skelly down low, spinning, throws it up, gets it to go. Tough shot there from Skelly.
And a very unconventional looking shot. He was able to get that thing in. Wildcats certainly won't complain. They'll take any points that come their way right now, even if it may be a bit unconventional.
Yeah, definitely are not getting a lot of shots from the outside to go. They got to get going in the paint, no doubt. Now Michigan looking to keep their hot streak going. It's Poole dribbling around the outside. He finds Simpson all alone underneath, but Skelly recovers and is able to block the shot. Would have been an easy bucket there for Xavier Simpson. And McIntosh drives on Simpson, has the mismatch. The ball was bouncing on the rim as Wagner went up for the rebound. Looks like he touched it when it was still in the cylinder. The refs got him for it. That's a good basket for Northwestern. That'll make it 32-28 Michigan with 15-17 remaining. And looks like we're going to have the first media timeout of the half. So, Daniel, what have you seen so far?
Just miles better shot selection from the Wolverines. Maybe you could still improve a bit. On the last 2 Michigan possessions, it didn't result in a made 3-point attempt. Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman was standing in the corner, jumping up and down, waving his arms, screaming for the ball. Both of those resulted in either Northwestern rebounds or turnovers forced by Northwestern, and quickly led to the other side of the court and 2 points for the Wildcats. Abdul-Rahman can't be happy about that. Nonetheless, a far better shooting half for the Wolverines. They put up 11 points already in under 5 minutes. That's more than half of what they got the entire first half. And the Wildcats, too, they've picked it up. They've had 9 points already through 4 minutes and 33 seconds, rather.
Yeah, definitely. We were worrying here at halftime if Michigan and Northwestern were going to combine for more than 90 points on 90's night. So far, it looks like they're going to break that easily here with the hot shooting. I'd imagine it would continue. It looks like Michigan has figured out this Northwestern defense. But can't understate, Northwestern now has made 3 of their last 3. A lot of that has been coming off of transition looks.
And perhaps the biggest factor for the Wildcats is that other players are scoring now. Scotty Lindsey was just the entirety of their offense. He still has twice as much as the next closest, as we have Gavin Skelly now up to 5 points. Lindsey is still the high scorer in the game. The next closest is Charles Matthews of the Wolverines, who has 7. That's going to be huge for the Wildcats if they're going to force the Wolverines to defend more people, because right now Scotty Lindsey is the only factor on that offense. It's going to be quite easy for the Wolverines to just guard him closely and try to force other Northwestern Wildcats to score. So far, they've picked up that role in the second half. If that can continue, Northwestern can get back in this one. Right now, they trail by 4, 32-28, 15-17 to play.
Yeah, and as you said, when Matthews picked up his 3rd foul and left the game, he's the 2nd leading scorer of the game so far. You were a little bit worried for this Michigan offense, but since Poole came in for him, Michigan has been red hot. Do you think Beeline's going to try to get Matthews back in this game anytime soon, or is he just going to ride with this lineup?
I think he's going to ride with the lineup he has right now. No one else is remotely near foul trouble for the Wolverines. Everyone else having 0 or 1 fouls. The offense, as you just mentioned, has looked good without him. I think they can continue to play the way they have, and they should be fine. Give Matthews a breather and let him be really well rested by the time he comes back in.
Yeah, Michigan will probably need him down here, down the final stretch. It seems like later into games, maybe as fatigue starts to set in, the 3-point shots don't always go. Matthews, one of Michigan's best scorers in the paint, if not the best, as he has an excellent driving ability. Now it looks like they're winding up the timeout here. It was an extra long one here for the media, but Michigan will be coming out. They have possession right now. They will be going right to left as when they're on offense, wearing their all-maize uniforms again to Northwestern's. Strange look for Northwestern tonight here, wearing black with gold. I have not seen this look out of them before, and it's another strange choice. It looks like they're going with a full court press, just a man-to-man. Nothing too much for Xavier Simpson to handle easily. Brings it down the floor. Michigan initiates the half-court offense. The ball on the left wing with Rockman. Gets a screen from Teskey. Drives, kicks to Simpson in the corner for an open 3. Rims in and out. It was rolling around. It was halfway in and out. Tough break there for Simpson.
A really bizarre shot. I thought that was in. The Chrysler Arena was ready to erupt.
Yeah, forgive me, I forgot to mention the subs here. Wagner was taken out in place. Teskey is in at the center's position for the Wolverines. As Law drives in, gets an easy layup. Teskey not really protecting the paint too well there.
Exactly what we were talking about during the break. More Northwestern scorers getting involved, not leaving this all on Scotty Lindsey. The only Wildcat wearing purple, as he has those bright purple sneakers.
Looks very well with Mars pink. As Poole shoots the corner 3, can't get it to go. Livers attempting to get the offensive board, goes over the back of the Law. They'll get him on the foul. Now Northwestern will bring the ball up the court.
Indeed, a bit more 80s of a shoe combination. Those bright pink and purple colors reminds you of a bad 80s Halloween costume. Definitely.
Northwestern's working, trying to get something going here. McIntosh finds Skelly for the easy shot. He misses it from the defense by Rockman. Teskey ties him up. That'll be a jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Wolverines. As Skelly comes out of the game, it looks like, not sure who that is coming in for him.
Meanwhile, Duncan Robinson has replaced Isaiah Livers, and Charles Matthews is back in the game as well, coming in for Xavier Simpson.
And it looks like Falzone is in place of Skelly. That'll be Law, Pardon, Lindsey, McIntosh, and Falzone for the Wildcats, as Michigan has Matthews, Poole, Rockman, Teskey, and Robinson. Interesting choice here by Beeline. No traditional point guard in the game right now. Rockman is doing the point guarding for the Wolverines at the moment. As Matthews tries the corner 3, gets it to go. Not Matthews' strong suit. He made it look easy right there, though.
There you go. As you're asking, will Matthews get back in and have an impact? He does, and now he ties Scotty Lindsay for the top score of the night at 10-all.
Foul zone, hands it off to Lindsay. Finds McIntosh. He cuts to the lane, puts it up. Rockman had a hand in his face, doesn't get him to, still gets the shot to go. That'll be 35-32, Michigan's lead with 13 minutes remaining here in the game.
It appears our prayers have been answered and we're seeing some offense finally in this one. Teams being able to finally get the ball into the basket. Shots starting to go their way.
Now Poole with it at the top. He tries to drive it in. Oh, a scoop layup. Goes up high off the glass and in. Poole with an excellent shot right there. Give the Michigan the 5-point lead.
At the high risk of getting blocked and embarrassed, Poole's able to work that in for an impressive layup.
Oh, there, as Pardon on a cut is fed the ball. Looks like Poole was over on the help side defense, fouls him just so he can't get the easy shot. That'll be 2 shots for Pardon.
I think it's going to be important for the Wolverines, or rather the Wildcats, to keep getting the ball to Parton down low. He's had a rough day so far. Shots not going his way, maybe not getting a few calls he wanted. Gets one there. Starting to get a few of the Wolverines into more foul trouble.
Yeah, definitely Michigan's not a team that fouls a whole lot, as Pardon misses the first of 2. But you know what? There's only one way to get those fouls. That's going inside. Michigan obviously a very disciplined team. They're not going to give you any easy ones out and around the perimeter. Really the only way to get them in foul trouble is taking it inside. As Pardon misses the second, Matthews pulls down the board, outlets it out to Rockman, who walks it up the floor.
Pardon's had a really rough shooting night, 0 for 2 on the free throws, 2 for 5 from the field, and that includes a lot of one-footers.
Yeah, definitely tough to see out of your 5. Going up against Mo Wagner, normally teams like to take advantage of Wagner's defense to compensate for his amazing offense. As Matthews kind of stuck in the corner, he gets a ball screen from Teskey. Shot clock's winding down. Matthews in the paint, fades away, can't get it to go. Tough shot right there. Really just had to put something up with the shot clock winding down. Northwestern brings the ball up the floor. That's a 3 there from Lindsay, can't get it to go. Offensive board by Pardon, kicks it out. Ball swinging around, foul zone, tries one from the wing, can't get it. Teskey pulls down the board. Now Poole's running in transition. He goes all the way to the basket, lays it up, and it doesn't go.
Good effort by Pardon, getting back, forcing a bad layup.
Oh, as Law gets it, he tries a fast break opportunity and is stripped by Matthews. Matthews walks it down and slams it home.
The ball traveled about all the way up to half court and back about 3 times there in a span of 10 seconds. That was a lot of high-flying basketball right there.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy play as well, as Michigan now takes a 7-point lead, 39-32. 11 minutes remaining here. Northwestern just passing the ball around the perimeter. Law gives it to Lindsay up top. Working, he pulls up from the left wing, gets it to go right in Duncan Robinson's face. Tough step back 3 right there.
Lindsay retakes sole possession of the top scorer for the day. Worth noting, that's Michigan's 8th fast break point. Wildcats have none. That's really been the difference so far. Michigan's got a lot of points off turnovers.
Now Matthews with it on the left wing, gets a double screen from Robinson and Teskey. Drives it in, is stripped. Ball goes out of bounds. They're saying the ball is going to remain with the Wolverines. Northwestern fans are upset. They thought the ball went off of Matthews' knee. I think they have a case.
Yeah, head coach Chris Collins is very visibly upset. Came out to the corner of the block M here at the Chrysler Arena, shaking his hands. Didn't like that one. We've heard the Northwestern faithful here in attendance get quite upset with a few calls. On that last Michigan fast break point, they were upset that there was no call for a foul against Vic Law. Haven't got the calls. I don't think anything's been too egregious, though, but certainly both are debatable.
Yeah, definitely the refs haven't been inserting themselves much in this game, as I should mention that it is now the second media timeout of the game. 10 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Michigan with the lead, 39-35. Michigan with 3 team fouls. Northwestern only with 2. So, yeah, as you were saying, refs really haven't been calling it too tightly here so far.
And we're drawing ever closer to that 90-point mark. Now maybe the danger is that they're going to eclipse the 90s marks, get into the hundreds. and then ruin the theme here on 90s night.
I'll be devastated, personally. You know, Chrysler, the whole staff here has gone to such lengths to put on such a terrific 90s night, and for these players to ruin it, wow.
Yeah,
I just can't believe it.
That'd be quite disrespectful of them to put points on the scoreboard here for the fans and ruin the 90s theme. I'm really hoping for a 50-49 contest here. That'd be pretty great if we could see a buzzer beater to break away and make this game a 99 total.
Well, I think it would have been more appropriate if they were both scoring in the 90s. That I would have enjoyed.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. Don't see that too much, though, in college basketball in a game that stays in regulation. But maybe we can hope for triple overtime to get a 91-90 final.
Hey, I'm game for it if you are.
I'm ready to stay here till midnight if that's what it takes to get 91-90. If this half would continue like the first half, then I really would be concerned. It would take 7 overtimes to get to 90 all.
Luckily, it has not been. The shots have been falling here for both sides. Now, Michigan shooting 42% from the field, Northwestern 40. Michigan really has had the bigger edge, though, in three-point shots. They've had 7 from beyond the arc. Northwestern still only with 3. But really what's been helping out these Wildcats is their ability to get inside the paint and score. Surprised to see, though, that the points in the paint matchup is tied. Each have 16. Really would have expected Northwestern to dominate in that category.
Indeed, that's a bit surprising to me with the way this game has unfolded. And interestingly, 6 of those 16 points come from Duncan Robinson. He was really a force down low in the first half. Made a lot of dunks. It was an interesting look for him, to say the least.
Yeah, and as you were saying before, Michigan has had the obvious edge in points off of turnovers and on the fast break. A lot of that was because of Duncan Robinson, both finishing those fast breaks by leaking out and getting easy dunks and layups, and forcing some of those turnovers. He picked off one pass, he got a strip on a drive, was really very active on defense. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of him in the second half. But now, speak of the devil, it looks like Beeline's giving him the nod as they're coming out of the timeout here. Michigan will take the ball with a lineup of Matthews, Poole, Rockman, Wagner, Robinson on the floor, going up against the Wildcats, Lindsay, Ash, Benson, McIntosh, and Falzone. As Rockman takes the ball, drives it in, makes the tough shot off the high glass and in. Wow, what a shot by Rockman.
Really impressive. There was only 7 seconds in the shot clock by the time he had it. He knew what he had to do and delivered a very impressive shot to make this a 41-35 game.
Yeah, interesting here. Benson in place of Pardon. He does not get many minutes, but they go right to him down low against Wagner. And Wagner, trying to tip away the pass, gets the foul for reaching over his back.
Yeah, this is an unusual look for the Wildcats, putting Benson in here. However, I think I agree with the decision here from head coach Chris Collins. It's been a real rough night for Pardon. Maybe it's gotten into his head, trying someone else to see if that can ignite the Northwestern offense.
As Falzone gets the ball off of the beautiful baseline play, gets an open shot on the right wing and cans it. That's 3 points. And it doesn't get much easier for Falzone, who is just an absolute knockdown three-point shooter.
Indeed, I don't know how he got that open, but the Wolverines will have to pay closer attention to him the next time the Wildcats have the ball.
Now Matthews on the left wing gets the screen from Wagner. He's trying to drive. Nothing going there, though. Gives it over to Robinson. Passes it around. Ball's zipping around the perimeter right now. Poole has it. Drives in. Kicks it out to Duncan, who gives it up to Matthews, who puts up the shot from the free throw line. Just had to put it up with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go. Northwestern pulls down the board.
Wolverines are playing hot potato with the ball there.
Yeah, it looks like they had a few open looks. No one wanted to take it, though. Now McIntosh has it, driving on Robinson. Nothing going, though. Passing. Oh, Northwestern passing it around. Looked like there it was Ash trying to pocket pass to Benson. Benson couldn't handle it, though. It goes out of bounds. Michigan ball.
A costly turnover there. John Beilein may as well trademark winning the turnover battle. His Wolverines are winning that 12-5 at the moment, as they typically do.
Yeah, a Beilein team will always win both the turnover and the foul battle. As Duncan Robinson gets the open three, misses it. Mo Wagner pulls down the board in a sea of Northwestern jerseys. Michigan resets, holding the ball on the three-point line, taking their time. Passing it around, sharing it. Rockman driving, nothing. As 5 Wolverines are on the three-point line right now. It has Wagner with the ball. He pulls up from the free throw line after a spin move. Excellent work by Wagner. He gets it to go. Gives Michigan a 5-point lead.
Impressive move to get by Benson, who came off the bench. You got to wonder if maybe the Wildcats, in exchange for some maybe perhaps better offense, better shooting from Benson, are going to give up some quality defense that they were getting from Pardon.
Yeah, it looks like Northwestern tried a little experiment there, putting in Benson instead of Pardon. Obviously, head coach Chris Collins just not liking it, though. Obviously, Northwestern wasn't getting anything going on the offensive end. He calls the timeout there. It looks like he had 2 subs waiting at the scores table. We'll have to wait until after they break the huddle to see who those were. I believe one has got to be Pardon, though. There's no reason to take that timeout unless you're wanting to put your star player back on the floor.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It'll be really interesting to see if Pardon comes out of this huddle that the Wildcats are in. That might be it for tonight for the Benson experiment. Didn't really get too much of an opportunity, but in the end did allow Wagner to get that bucket, make this a 43-38 game with 8:23 to go.
Well, yeah, that's tough for Benson. He comes out. They try to give it to him once on the post. He gets fouled. Really, not really his fault. Nothing he can do about that. I mean, really, it was a good play by him. He had solid positioning down low. And then that was on him. The pocket pass from Ash looked like it was on target, went just right through his hands. Could have been an easy bucket for the Wildcats. Then comes down, gives up lets Wagner make the shot, but should really say Benson was playing excellent defense. Mo Wagner just puts up one of those shots that I really think Mo Wagner is about the only player in college basketball can make. Spinning on the free throw line, fading away. That's a Dirk Nowitzki-like shot.
Indeed, learned it from his countrymen, perhaps. We've seen them photographed together, so maybe he's been taking some lessons with Dirk. It was really an impressive move. It makes a nifty spin to get Benson facing the wrong way. Hard to blame him. Head coach Chris Collins in his 5th year with Northwestern. I think he knows his team well, so I'm not going to question him too much on his whatever decision he makes here, but might be a bit premature to give up on Benson for the night.
Yeah, nevertheless, it looks like he has. Michigan now, they're leading 43-38. 8 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the game. Now it looks like Mo Wagner's starting to get warmed up. He didn't have any points in that first half. Now he has 5. Just got a pretty nice basket to go. Do you think that Mo Wagner needs to get some more points in here?
So Michigan will take the court, and it does look like Derek Pardon is in. So that will end the Benson experiment. We both were in agreement that might be a little bit too early, but there it is. Pardon is back in.
Yeah, and it looks like Ash was also taken out of the game. It'll be Lindsay in for him. Now Michigan with Matthews, Simpson, Rockman, Wagner, and Robinson. Oh, as Robinson almost gets the steal there. It's Lindsay dribbling outside all the way out on the logo with only 10 seconds left on the clock. Now, Falzone has the ball. He shoots it. Ugly shot. Can't get it to go. Michigan gets the rebound easily.
Falzone's a strong shooter. The Wildcats are going to want him to have better looks than that, but the shot clock was about to expire. Don't be tricked by the maze rage when they chant a false shot clock, though.
Yeah, a successful trip by the maze rage got Northwestern to panic before they had to, as Matthews was wide open underneath the basket. Simpson finds him for the monster jam.
There was no one within arm's reach of Matthews. I don't know how he snuck away from all the defenders under the basket like that. Impressive find from Simpson, though.
Not often that a team loses their opponent's leading scorer, but happened right there. Michigan will take it and get the 7-point lead. Now, as Law was driving in, looked like Mo Wagner knocked it away, and then Law ended up with it again and then just stumbled out of bounds. That's going to be Michigan ball. I believe that's another media timeout here with 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. Michigan's leading 45-38.
Yeah, Michigan beginning to pull away here at the under 8 timeout. someone definitely got the ball on Vic Law's. Definitely got their hand rather on the ball from Vic Law. Couldn't tell who, but it caused him to kind of fight for the ball. Ended up coming out of the pile with it, but not with his balance. Stumbles out. It's going to be Michigan ball with I believe their largest lead of the night.
Yeah, it looked like Rockman and Wagner were both in that scrum. Tough to say who was in there, but Michigan, anyway, with the great defense, forcing another Northwestern turnover, their 13th of the night. Michigan's really starting to look good here, though. I'm surprised to see that the margin of victory for them, or I should say just their leading margin right now, is only 7 points.
Indeed, we're going to bring out the 90s dance cam now here in the Chrysler Arena. Really committing to the theme. And speaking of the number 90, we are within 7 now of our 90s score watch. 45-38 we have it with 7:21 to play.
Yeah, I should say that the 90s dance cam was prefaced by a clip from Saved by the Bell. I don't actually know anyone in Saved by the Bell, but whoever that was, he was putting on some sick moves. I don't know if the crowd can really compete. So far, they have not.
No, those are some impressive gymnastics moves. We had a great gymnastics halftime show here.
That's true. We did not even mention. Did you catch the name of that gymnastics group?
No, I really wish I had though. It was some really impressive looking jumps. I don't know their names, but I'm sure they're performing all over at halftime shows because that was really great. You're seeing like triple flips over cheerleaders. It was really just a sight to see.
Well, now, what do you say? Was that on par with the Red Panda halftime performance? The legendary Red Panda?
I think it might have been. They really had the crowd into it. You got a lot of oohs and ahs. I really regret not remembering their names, so you can look that up after the game. Now, it was quite the show.
Now, I don't know, because I was here once to see the Red Panda as a spectator in the student section, and I've got to tell you, this arena was losing its freaking mind. I don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't know if I've ever seen Chrysler that excited. Not even for basketball.
And wow, that's a great Carlton we have. A fan here in the audience. He got caught with just a simply fantastic rendition of the Carlton.
Now it looks like the huddles are breaking here. The media timeout is winding up as the horn sounds. Michigan will be taking the ball, I believe, right now, with the lineup of Robinson, Wagner, Matthews, Simpson, and Rockman still on the floor. Going up against a lineup of the Wildcats, Lindsay, McIntosh, Law, Pardon, and Skelly.
Michigan with an opportunity to start pulling away here. They have a 7-point lead. They could expand on that and really put the Wildcats in hot water.
Yeah, Michigan being patient, passing the ball around. Simpson has it, tries to drive, kicks it out to Mo Wagner for three, can't get it to go. As Pardon pulls down the rebound. Northwestern ball, taking it up, walking it down, taking their time here. Skelly with the ball to Pardon up top. Don't normally see him there. Finds, it looks like, oh, can't get the shot to go. That was McIntosh for three. Not really a three-point shooter. And he can't get it to go right there.
Indeed, a lot of Northwestern players playing outside of their typical niche there with Pardon up at the point. It was an interesting look. Ended up not paying off for the Wildcats.
They did get an open shot there, though. Not something they've had a whole lot of so far. Most of their buckets have been very contested. Now Michigan with the clock winding down. Rockman forced to take a step-back three. Doesn't go. Now 2 possessions in a row here. Michigan has not got a very good shot.
No, that was an awful one with Scotty Lindsay in Rockman's face. He had nothing else he could do, though.
As Lindsay drives, he kicks out to Law in the corner for an open three. He can't get it to go. Robinson tips it out to Matthews. He pulls it down. Michigan trying to get something going here in semi-transition. And Simpson finds Rockman underneath the basket, who dishes it over to Wagner, who is fouled before he can get the easy dunk. And he'll have 2 attempts at the free throw line.
And with that rebound, Matthews now has 6, putting him in sole possession of second behind Mo Wagner's 8. That was really an impressive rebound right there. Charles Matthews just showing off his length. I'm not sure if he had the angle, had to cut off Vic Law, but still got it.
Yeah, Robinson, really all he could do there was tip the ball out. He was right in the paint in a sea of arms. Matthews, though, did a great job of pulling that one in as Wagner takes his first free throw, rims in and out.
That's another one here that ball looked like it was halfway down, then just decided to jump out of the rim. Part of the reason why we're only at 83 points here with 6 minutes to go.
Wagner with the second attempt. Gets it to go. With a big round of applause from this Michigan crowd. Now Northwestern, who has not scored in the last 4.5 minutes, trying to get something going here on offense. They get it down low to Skelly in the post. He kicks it out. Matthews intercepts the pass. He's got a fast break opportunity, and Law just intentionally wraps him up so he can't get a good shot off. Matthews threw the ball up, trying to get 2 free throws. I believe they're calling that one on the floor, though.
And I think that's the story of the game. The Wolverines have 8 steals to the Wildcats 2. Turnovers are now 14-5. Really, the Wildcats cannot afford to keep doing that. Stared down Vic Law before it was easily intercepted by Charles Matthews.
Yeah, as Michigan inbounds it from the baseline, the crowd not happy, giving some boos. They wanted some free throws as Mo Wagner works in the post. Wow! With a running left hook. Looked like a sky hook there over Derek Pardon. Gets it to go. Oh my goodness. Mo Wagner looking like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right there. Oh, it's Vic Law with an excellent back cut. Gets an easy basket there, but Mo Wagner comes over, gives him a hard foul. Can't get the shot to go in. He's going to have 2 free throws, though.
Wagner knew exactly what he did. He just kind of turned at the ref and covered his mouth, knew that he was caught red-handed there. But a good effort by Law to force such a blatant foul.
Yeah, an excellent back cut for sure. Gives him the wide-open look. And he knocks down the first of 2.
That's going to bring Wagner up to 3 personal fouls. I wonder if he's going to come out here. 5:13 to play. Could possibly be in danger of 5.
You know John Beeline is very conservative with the fouls as Law knocks down the second, cutting the lead down to 8. Michigan up 48-40 with 5 minutes to go as Northwestern switches over to a trapping full-court press. Michigan breaks it as Rockman crosses half court.
Michigan slowing the pace down here a bit. They're content to let the clock burn as much as it can.
Yeah, excellent job by Rockman. Was really rushed coming across half court. Wisely pulls it up, gives it to Simpson to initiate the offense here. Now as shot clock's in single digits, Simpson drives, gets a wide open look at the basket and lays it in easily right off the glass.
And there we have it, 90 total points. The score is 50-40.
We made it.
And we might stay within that. We might stay in the 90s. 4.5 to go.
As Northwestern takes a 3, they can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Pardon. As Lindsey on the drive, stuck out his off arm right into Rockman's chest. Rockman takes a hard fall, and he'll draw an offensive foul. Michigan ball as Northwestern's drought continues. It's been 5 minutes, 45 seconds since they've scored a basket.
And they're not going to help their case when committing such clear offensive fouls. That's a pretty easy call for the refs to make. Shoved his man to the ground.
Now Michigan is getting trapped here. Looks like Northwestern's going with a 1-3-1 zone. Michigan's no stranger to this. They run it themselves every once in a while. Looks like they're handling it quite well, passing the ball around, and Simpson tries to catch Northwestern sleeping, throws up the lob to Mo Wagner, but it looks like McIntosh may have tipped the pass as the ball went out of bounds. It's Michigan ball. Oh no, forgive me. That's going to be a foul. Looks like by Bryant McIntosh. Pushed Mo Wagner. He's going up for the lob. Michigan will inbound it from the baseline, though. They'll throw it all the way back to Simpson in the backcourt. He'll slowly dribble it up and pass it around. Northwestern not coming back with the zone, just sticking to man. Michigan passing it around. Matthews with it in the corner. He's just dribbling. Pulls up for a long 2. Not a good shot there as the shot clock was winding down. You know, Michigan needs to be patient, but I don't know if they have to be that patient. As Northwestern now has a chance to cut this lead to single digits.
6.5 since their last score. And they might have just gotten some help there. Looks like Pardon was fouled.
Yeah, Pardon with an excellent cut there. Gets the ball as he was going up. Looks like he's fouled by Duncan Robinson.
How upset do you think Mo Wagner is that he was fouled on that attempted lob?
There is no doubt he wanted that slam. That would have brought the house down for sure.
Absolutely. He was licking his lips, ready to blow the lid off of Chrysler Arena. Lob City might be coming to southeastern Michigan anyway, with some news breaking shortly before this game related to the Pistons. But Mo Wagner was going to get fans in southeastern Michigan a preview just a few days before. Almost had a Blake Griffin imitation there.
Now when you say Lob City coming to southeast Michigan, that gives me some bad flashbacks because you may not have remembered, but when the Detroit Pistons acquired Josh Smith, Reggie Jackson infamously said that Detroit was the new Lob City, with Josh Smith and Andre Drummond to catch his lobs. You may know this one. That did not work out quite well for the Detroit Pistons, as they've struggled ever since acquiring Josh Smith way back then. Hopefully the new acquisition of Blake Griffin turns around their fortunes. I do not know. I am not a fortune teller. I have very mixed feelings about that trade. I'd rather not let that ruin my good night here. It's 90s night in Chrysler. Michigan has the lead 50-40 with 3 minutes 32 seconds remaining. Neither team, both teams have 6 fouls, so either team with a foul, their next one, that'll put the other team on the line for a 1-and-1.
Indeed, that could come into play here. Neither team has a foul to give. Northwestern might have to start playing some late game deficit tactics here, if any more clock runs, without them being able to put points on the board. Ball will be staying with Northwestern, 3:32 to go. They're going to have to operate quickly if they want to get back in this one.
Yeah, and should be Derek Pardon on the line for 2 attempts. We know he is not the best free throw shooter, and Northwestern sorely needs the points though.
Indeed.
Down 10. They have scored points in the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds off of the 2 free throws from Lindsay, yet still no baskets. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Again, that is quite a drought, as Michigan still really hasn't taken that much advantage of it. Really, you would think they'd have a bigger than 10-point lead, as hot as they've been shooting in the second half and as cold as Northwestern shots have been so far.
Yeah, the first half of that first half especially really hurt the Wolverines. They could be up by a very comfortable margin in this one if they had some better shooting then. Not a great shooting night. Derek Pardon especially 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 for 5 as a center shooting from the field. He's had a rough night. A lot of 1 and 2 footers didn't go his way.
Yeah, definitely not the type of numbers you want to see from your center, which surprisingly, it looks like they're calling that last one on the floor. I thought for sure they got that one in the act of shooting. McIntosh will inbound the ball from under the basket. He gets it to Lindsay, driving to the basket, gets it to go. Easy lay-in for him as that breaks Northwestern's long field goal drought.
Lindsay, by far their leading scorer, might have to take this game over for the Wildcats if they want to get back into this.
Northwestern coming back with the 1-3-1 zone. Rockman picks up the ball just as he crosses half court. Not a smart decision. He's trapped immediately. There was a tie-up for the ball, and it looks like they'll get a jump ball. Oh, it looks like... No, one ref wanted a jump ball. The other gets him for a foul. I believe that one was on Lindsay. Now it's going to be Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman on the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Lindsay's third foul. They can't afford him to get any foul trouble.
Rockman's first one is in. Earns himself a second chance at the stripe.
Rarely will Rockman miss the front end of a 1-and-1. He missed 2 against Purdue in 1 free throw shot setting, but he's a 96% career shooter.
Which is absolutely insane, I should say. Normally the best free throw shooters in the NBA are around 90, 91%. That is just an astronomical number by Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman. Now Northwestern, they need a bucket here, you would think, to stay in this game. They're looking, can't get anything to go here. They're passing it around. As Law drives in, pocket pass to Pardon, he gets a foul by Wagner and puts the ball in. Count that one. And the foul, he will go to the line to make this a 3-point play.
And you said they need some good offense here if they want to get back into it. How about that? Law passes the ball by 3 Wolverines. I don't know how he maneuvered it by all 3 of them. Gets it to Pardon, who earns an and one.
Yeah, he was driving baseline. Wagner was forced to come over to help. Left Pardon open for that shot, and he knocks down the free throw. He really needed that possession. Maybe that'll get him going here for these final 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yeah, everything's looking up Derek Pardon.
Now Northwestern going with the full court trap. The refs get Lindsay a real touch foul there, in my opinion.
Yeah, that could be crucial. That's going to give Lindsay his 4th foul. If he fouls out, this Northwestern offense is going to stagnate. Really no scoring threats tonight outside of Scotty Lindsay. They're going to keep him out there because their offense is going to be hapless without him. But if he fouls out, that might end this game.
Yeah, it might be a situation where they're going to try to go, sub him out on a defensive possession. But, they're going to have the ball here after these free throws.
And I really doubt that was an intentional foul because they sent Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman to the line.
Yeah, as he makes the front end of the 1-and-1. And it almost seemed like the refs were just looking to blow the whistle as they would in an end-of-game situation where teams are intentionally fouling. I mean, really not much contact there. I'm surprised they called it.
Yeah, certainly not intentional. Perhaps the best free throw shooter in college basketball. Back in that Maryland game when he had 2 free throws while trailing 1, not many Wolverine faithful were holding their breath because he's such a fantastic free throw shooter. Never want to foul him this late in the game.
Yeah, now Teskey checks in the game for Mo Wagner for defensive purposes. I'm sure they're going to keep swapping those 2 in and out as they change sides of the floor here. Pardon can't be happy to see that. Now McIntosh driving to the right side of the basket, flips it up, can't get it to go. Rockman pulls down the board, takes it up the floor. Michigan lucky, or probably glad to not see that press again here. Now Northwestern settles into a man-to-man defense, not trying to trap, really just laying off Michigan right now, as Michigan's just happily stalling and passing the ball around the 3-point arc. Now Matthews has the ball around the free throw line. He's driving, puts the ball up with some contact there. It looks like Law blocked it. He gets the rebound himself, passes it up to McIntosh, who goes up the floor. Now Northwestern has it. McIntosh driving, takes it in on Teskey. Teskey will be called for the foul there. McIntosh with 2 shots at the line.
Impressive ball movement there by McIntosh. Drove to the lane, got by Charles Matthews, I believe, and earned this upcoming free throw attempt. 2 minutes exactly to go. Wildcats trail by 9. They're going to have to convert both of these if they want to really have a good shot going down the stretch in this game. As we have said a couple times now, their best player, Scotty Lindsay, at least best tonight, he's committed 4 personal fouls and is going to the bench because of that.
Yeah, now here again, Mo Wagner checking in for John Teskey to go down the offensive end as McIntosh misses the free throw. Matthews will pull it down. Now Michigan leading 54-45 with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. They are pressuring the ball full court. Simpson tries to split the double team. He is fouled by, it looks like, number 23, Ash.
And perhaps worth noting, Scotty Lindsay has played 36 of the 38 minutes so far in this game. Only Muhammad Abdul-Rahman has as many minutes. He also has 36. This Wildcats offense, they might be lost without him.
Indeed.
They need to get Lindsay back in this game as quickly as they can.
And
I think he'll come back for the offense.
Check him in right now as the chess match is really starting here. Teskey comes in for defense for Michigan. Lindsay comes in for Northwestern's offense as Simpson sinks the front end of the 1-and-1 as the crowd erupts. We all know Simpson struggled at the free throw line. That was a big one there from him to ice this game here.
Indeed, and you are correct. Lindsay now in, but it might be out of reach now. 55-45, Wolverines lead it.
Simpson knocks down the second one. This crowd on its feet. They love it. Simpson 2 of 2 from the line, and now Jordan Poole will sub in for him. The fans will cheer Simpson off the court. They're up. They're excited now. Michigan's leading 56-45 with minute 45 to go here. Now Lindsay trying to get something going. He looks down to Pardon, gets it up, and gets the shot to go. Tough shot there at Teskey all over him, and it looks like Collins will take the quick timeout to get his subs in here.
The fans may not have been as enthusiastic had they realized there were 99 total points on the scoreboard before Xavier Simpson started shooting free throws. Maybe he picked the wrong time to make both of them. He certainly has had some questionable runs from the free throw line. In that Michigan State game, the Wolverines have made every single free throw until about the final 5 minutes when Simpson missed 4 straight. But I'm sure the Wolverine faithful will be happy to see that going forward, knowing they can rely on him when it matters, because he is going to have a target on his back in similar situations down the road.
Yeah, Simpson has definitely had some well-documented issues at the free throw line. He really hasn't had a terrific game scoring the ball. Has done well, just facilitating the offense, taking care of the ball. Has not been aggressive scoring. I'm sure seeing those two go in has to help his confidence here. And now Michigan with the all-offense lineup of Wagner, Rockman, Robinson, Matthews, and Simpson against Northwestern's lineup of Law, Pardon, Gaines, McIntosh. Gaines, Ash, and McIntosh. And now they're trapping with the full court pressure. Robinson stuck in the corner. He flips it away. The ball's loose. Matthews has it, though. Has trouble with it. He gets the ball to Simpson. He's trapped and fouled by Ash.
And I think Simpson's initial pass may have been to Rockman. He stretched his hand out for it. It flew by him, and Matthews had to sprint to get to that one. I think the Wolverines wanted the ball in the hands of a better free throw shooter. However, the Wolverines had now just entered the double bonus, I believe, I heard over the intercom.
Yep, that'll be Northwestern's 10th foul. Simpson's going to the line for 2 here as Michigan leads 56-47 with 1:29 on the clock.
Simpson is red hot from the free throw line so far tonight. 2 for 2.
Oh, and as the ball pinballs around, hit the rim, hit the backboard, hit the rim again, and then falls harmlessly to the ground. Tough break there for Simpson. Really thought that was going to roll in. So did the crowd. They give a big sigh of exasperation there. And then second one hits the outside of the rim. Didn't really have a chance. 0 for 2 from the line. Now Northwestern still has a little bit of life as McIntosh drives to the basket, goes up and under, can't get it to go. It's been a rough stretch here for McIntosh. He cannot get a layup to fall.
Unfortunate there for McIntosh. He played that possession really well, got to the basket extremely quickly, and had a really good look. Just could not get the roll. It's kind of been that day for Northwestern, and to a smaller extent the Wolverines as well.
Yeah, it looked like Robinson pulled down the rebound there. He had the ball. Typically, after a defensive rebound, a team has trouble getting full court pressure. Northwestern did a good job to adjust there. Had a man on everyone there with some good full court pressure. John Beeline didn't like it. Called the timeout as Robinson was kind of struggling to get the ball down the floor. But with that timeout, there's 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining. 23 on the shot clock. Michigan leads 56-47. This game is definitely not over.
It is not, and one thing worth noting, the Wolverines have scored 0 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 34 seconds. A part of that may be attributed to some lackluster offense with the intent of running out the clock, not necessarily finding the best shot possible, but still that has to be concerning for the Wolverines, who are not out of the woods yet. 71 ticks on the clock is certainly enough time to make up 9 points.
Now, very interesting, Michigan will have no point guards on the floor as they are going to have to break a press here with Rockman, Poole as the backcourt, Matthews, Robinson as the forwards, and Wagner at the center. Excellent sideline play there. Poole loops around 2 screens, gets the ball easily. Now Rockman has the ball. He's dribbling around, just waiting for a foul. Northwestern doesn't give him one. Now,
still no fouls. They're too afraid, I think. All of these Michigan ball handlers so great from the free throw line.
Well, Poole dishes it down to Wagner. He can't get the layup to go, though. Great possession there by Northwestern's defense. Now 45 seconds remaining. McIntosh driving, and he'll get called for the charge. Jordan Poole steps up, takes the hit, and that's an excellent defensive play there by Poole. That might just end this ball game.
Back-to-back really good stretches of defense, and I think that's a heads-up play by Poole. There have probably been more charges called than blocking fouls, so I think he was very aware of the referee's tendencies tonight.
Yeah, Wildcats are not giving up, though, with the full court pressure. Pardon knocks Poole's initial inbound pass out of bounds here. Michigan fortunate that that ball didn't end up with the Wildcats there. Now Poole inbounding, trying to get the ball to Rockman. Gives it to Robinson. He's got some open space. Easily dribbles it into the front court. And the touch foul is called on McIntosh. I think this one's out of reach here for the Wildcats. They're still not going down without a fight, though. Surprised to see a foul, nonetheless.
We're starting to see fans pour out here in large numbers, big bunches of people heading out of the stadium. This game probably is in all likelihood over, but I have to commend the Wildcats for not giving up here.
Duncan nails the first of two. Northwestern with a sub. Looks like Skelly is coming in. Now Michigan countering, bringing in Simpson.
And that was Robinson's first point from more than 1 foot away from the basket tonight.
Which is something you don't normally hear.
Not at all. Adding 2 points that are not layups or dunks.
Yeah,
he certainly put the dunk in Duncan Robinson today.
Indeed. Duncan knocks down the second. You won't see a prettier pair of free throws. He comes out of the game. As Simpson takes a hard screen, he's on the ground. He's smacking the floor. He is in some pain, it looks like, as he just gets to his feet and he's back down on the court at half court. Really not paying any attention to this Northwestern possession. He looks like he's in serious pain. Now the refs call the play dead here as Northwestern missed the shot. Michigan got the board with the possession. They're able to take the time. Now Simpson walks off the court under his own power. He's still kind of doubled over in pain.
Indeed, I think he's just in pain. I don't think he's afraid of a serious injury. I was very concerned. You would hate to lose a player like him in a game that is probably out of contention at this point. He was banging the floor. It looked like athletes often do when they realize they've been severely injured and are just upset. I think it was more so for him. He was just in a lot of pain, trying to vent that frustration.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the bench now. He seems like it's not a long-term injury, just something that's really hurting him right now.
Yeah, certainly very reassuring to see him bounce up, walk over to the bench there. Still looks like he's in pain. I think it must be they just got the wind knocked out of him or something of that sort. Definitely, when I saw him hit the ground, slam the floor, then try to get up, and then immediately go back to the ground, I thought Michigan was in some big trouble there. They really could not afford to lose Xavier Simpson. He has been their best point guard so far this season.
Absolutely. It certainly looked like a lot of videos when you see athletes go down in pain and they know they're hurt. That does not appear to be the case for Xavier, though.
Now, as the final seconds tick down off the clock, the shot clock is off. Jordan Poole has the ball. He'll have it as the clock hits 0. Hands it off to the referees. That's going to be our final here from Chrysler Arena, Michigan, 58-47. They come out with the big victory here. You know, we thought this was going to be a comfortable victory for Michigan coming in. Didn't turn out quite that way. What did you see, though, from this Wolverine squad tonight?
I think it's not the performance they were looking for. The AP invested some confidence in them, keeping them ranked despite an 0-for-1 weekend, moving them up 1 spot, in fact. Not what the Wolverines were looking for. Not a bad performance by any means, but I don't think that was a top 25 performance today. This Wildcat struggle team, they struggled quite a bit. They were ranked 19th going into the season in the preseason polls. That's higher than the Wolverines have reached at all this season. They've had a really disappointing year. They now just dropped to 4-6 in Big Ten play. They're certainly not a team that's anyone can look over on their schedule, but a team, the Wolverines, if they want to be a high-seeded team going into the tournament that wants to beat comfortably. This was an 11-point victory, but it was much closer than that for nearly the entire game. Wolverines have to shoot better. However, it was a good defensive effort from that Wolverines tonight. Good game from Charles Matthews. However, a few other Wolverines did not quite provide the game that John Beeline may have been looking for.
Yeah, well, again, as everyone is filing out of here at Chrysler Arena after a successful 90s night, I would say all in all, Michigan comes out with the victory, 58-47. You know, big win for them as they have their sights set on Minnesota. That is their next game on Saturday, February 3rd. That will be here in Ann Arbor. WCBN Sports will be broadcasting that here. You can catch that on our YouTube feed. Again, I have been Nate Sorensen here along with Daniel Thompson. we're going to leave you with a good night and a go blue.